Hey lovelies, it's Andy, and today I kind of wanted to just hopefully quickly talk to you guys about certain food ingredients that get slipped into products that is animal based that you might not know right off the back. And I think generally a lot of people who become vegan or who want to become vegan, we commonly make, errors and mistakes in the beginning of our journey. Hey, I'm still learning myself. Actually, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I was annoyed with a certain product. It's an ingredient that was in a food product. And I did research on it and I kind of was like, really? But I'll get to that later on and I'll tell you what that is. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over some food ingredients that is not good. First of all, vitamin D3. I heard that they could make vitamin D3 vegan. Like, I think there was like a vitamin D3 that was vegan based, but generally vitamin D3 is not vegan. It's animal based. And so whenever you see vitamin D3 fortified in milks and in certain ingredients or whatever, it's animal based and it's not necessary. You want vitamin D, step the fuck out the house and enjoy the sunshine, because the original source for vitamin D is, of course, the sun. That's where we get our vitamin Ds from. But I understand that the sun doesn't necessarily shine all the time or year round in certain areas. So if you can't get your vitamin D, it is great to fortify it. Vitamin D2 is vegan. It's plant-based. Vitamin D2, I've seen it a lot in plant-based milks such as soy milks and almond milks. I'm not sure about coconut milks. I think it was in coconut milk as well. So vitamin D2 is typically in vegan products and a lot of other products. Actually, I just pulled this up from a website. It says it right here that vitamin D2 comes from plant sources and vitamin D3 come from animal sources. Sheep wool, in fact. Ew, sheep wool. That's gross. So I'm guessing that they're extracting some kind of fat or enzyme or molecule from sheep's wool. I think that's unnecessary and disgusting. I think that we're living in a time where we don't need to go that route. We don't need to take those kind of extreme measures. We can get our vitamin D from the sun, of course, and if we need to fortify it, supplement it, then we can do so with vitamin D2, which is plant-based, which is awesome. So I would say stay away from vitamin D3. Another thing is, okay, I hate magazines and like pamphlets and things like that, because especially when it comes to nutrition and food and stuff like that, because I feel like eventually I'm going to get annoyed at some point because of the culture and the world that we live in. And, I already know that the editorials and the people who put this stuff together is not very clever. And so I already know what I'm in for, but sometimes they are fair. So I kind of like take a look to see where we're at in society, And so one thing that I do want to point out, and this has nothing to do with nothing, but just to keep an open mind, they always try, or in most cases, they try to market meat or sell meat by coating it or surrounding it with beautiful, lovely plants. Have you noticed that? I want you to notice that. Like, even in McDonald's food commercials and burgers, first of all, burgers, you can barely see the meat. First of all, meat is gross, it's disgusting. No one wants to see it, which is why we have to cover it up in lettuce, tomatoes, mustard, ketchup, and, between two buns. Because it just looks prettier when it's coated in plants, because plants make everything look more pretty and it makes it taste better, and it's nutritious and it has no cholesterol, and it's just far more superior compared to all of the animal products. But honestly, don't think that whenever people see a burger, the first thing that they're thinking is, I want that meat. I think really they just want texture and they just want like a certain mouthfeel. They want something that's kind of like familiar to them. Like, it was texture, fat, and salt, and that's what people are really attracted to. It's not necessarily, animal flesh. People aren't necessarily attracted to dead animals. They're just attracted to familiarity. And so when people see this, they think, wow, natural, organic, healthy. but they're only seeing, I mean, it's like an illusion, like to the eye. You just have to understand that it's not the meat that's making this palette look so rich and nutritious, it's the plants. And hey, I wouldn't just naturally first go for a bowl of plain salad. Of course we want something that we can chew on and that's filling. But I'm just saying that I don't think it's the meat that's selling this photo. Same thing over here. This is some nasty ass clams, nasty ass oysters. No offense to oysters and clams or whatever it is. Again, if you look carefully, it's an illusion. It's not those nasty ass clams that you want to chow down on. It's that beautiful pasta that's in the background. That spaghetti pasta with the pasta sauce and the basil sprinkled on top. That's what's really selling that picture. If you remove the pasta and the spaghetti and the sauce, all you left with is some nasty ass, stink ass, mercury filled, dry ass clams. Still perfect. You know, lard, which is fat. And I think typically we don't think of lard as, I mean, yeah, we think of lard as being fat, but I think in society it's used as a negative connotation. It's a negative word directed towards people who's heavier or people who's bigger, which I don't like, I don't support. I just think that we shouldn't judge people based on size. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the person's character, and yeah, that's about it. But lard is fat derived from animals. Fat extracted from pig abdomen. The things people eat. Okay, so another hidden ingredient, well, it's not really hidden. I don't know if it's hidden on purpose. I don't know if any of these ingredients are hidden on purpose or meant to confuse consumers, but I'm just pointing them out to you. So another ingredient that's found in products that is not vegan and it's animal-based, but you can't notice it right off the back when you see it because it's confusing, is glycerin. And I think is it glycerin or glycerin? I think it's glycerin. So we're going to go with glycerin. There's two kinds. There's plant-based and there's animal-based. The plant-based one, they usually label it as vegetable-based, which is great, which is still plant-based. But I'm just saying, that's what they label it as. And the ones that are not, well, you just don't know. If it's animal-based, they don't say it's animal-based, which is weird because whenever it's plant-based, companies don't mind mentioning that it's from vegetables or plants or fruits or those natural ingredients, which natural is not. Natural is just a fucking marketing term that means nothing, which we're going to get to later also. So yeah, you do want to be on the lookout for glycerin, and you want to make sure that it's plant-based. This is just a side note. A lot of products nowadays that I'm noticing are saying glycerin free, which is great. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with glycerin. You don't have to make it glycerin free, just make it animal based free. So the next ingredient that's animal based that's found in a lot of products that you might not notice right off the back is lanolin or linolen. I think it's lanolin. At first I was saying linolen, but that's not important. It is, let's see, because I'm blind, so I have to see. And lanolin, also called wool wax or wool grease. It is secreted from the sebaceous glands of wool-bearing animals. Gross. And because I was into cosmetics at some point, and I kind of still am, just a little bit, but not so much, makeup and all that stuff, that's where I first started to see this product. I started to see it in a lot of makeup products, typically lip glosses, lip tints, lip balms, lipsticks, yeah. Because I used to be a drag queen back in my day. I drew on some boobies, so if anybody needs some notes, there you go. Another animal product that gets slipped into makeup products and cosmetics and stuff like that is beeswax. And I was disappointed in Alicia Silverstone. Juice Beauty is awesome, but why do Juice Beauty have to use beeswax? Alicia Silverstone talks about the ethics of veganism, yet she uses beeswax in her products, in her makeup products.
I leaned in from about age 8 to 21. So when I was 8 years old, my brother was making the noises of the animals I was eating, and I decided to go vegetarian because I loved animals. And so I would flirt with these ideas for a very long time, but when I was 21, I saw documentaries, you know, similar to Food Inc. of how the animals were raised, and I just took a look at my dog and said, I can't, if I'm not willing to eat you, how can I continue to eat these other creatures that have the same desire to live, are just as funny, just as cute as my dog?
I don't want to get sued again for food disparagement.
And that's why you called your plan.
She's doing a hell of a lot more than most people, but if you're going to advocate veganism, I think she should make her product line completely cruelty-free and animal-based free. Okay, so this is the main ingredient that the reason why I made this video in the first place, and it's, have you seen this before? And recently I cut it out from my palette. Look, we're not perfect. Being vegan is about doing the best that we can in this unnatural, crazy world, and it's about doing the best you can, which is most practical and possible, something. I'm just trying to be smart right now, honestly. This ingredient is called natural flavors. Well, I was very curious because I already knew in the back of my mind that natural is a marketing term that means absolutely nothing. You can label anything as natural. They label meat, cheese, milk, and eggs as natural. And so I think that says enough. I mean, if you can label dairy as natural, you pretty much can take a shit and wrap it in cellophane and certify that bitch natural right then and there. But yeah, I found this ingredient, natural flavors, in a fruit drink that I was drinking, and this fruit drink was it was certified organic, but you know, they even have organic dead animals, so like, which is weird. I don't know how that works out. How do you certify a dead animal as organic? I knew that natural meant nothing because it's just a marketing term that really holds no weight at all. You can label anything as natural. And I was thinking flavors, like, okay, natural flavors. Flavors can derive from anywhere. Like, what flavors? Like, flavors from what? What is it derived from? And so it bothered me, and I did my research, and I found exactly what I was looking for. The term natural flavors or natural flavoring means essential oil, oleoresin, essence or extractive, protein hydrolysate, distillate, or any product of roasting, heating, or enzyme molasses, which contains the flavoring constitute derived from a spice, fruit or fruit juice, vegetable or vegetable juice, edible yeast, herb, bark, bud, root, leaf, or similar plant materials. Now here's when it starts to get a little fucking weird, okay? Meat, seafood, which can be meat, poultry, which is meat, eggs, dairy, or fermentation products thereof, whose significant function in food is flavoring rather than nutrition. It's funny how natural flavors have nothing to do with nutrition, but it's more so labeled for its flavoring attributes. I hope you guys had some fun, and I hope you learned something. If you know any secret animal ingredients that might get slipped into certain products that I didn't mention, and hey, maybe I'm not aware of, you can type it below, and you know, we can all discuss this and let's talk about it. And one thing that I am going to be pushing for now is thumbs up. And I've never did this before because I felt so like weird asking people to like comment and thumbs me up, and it's something that I've never asked anybody to do for me before because I never wanted to kind of like dictate my audience and tell them what to do, and I never wanted to be like one of those people. I didn't like, you know, get into character like thumbs up, subscribe, do here, do blah 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 blah. And so I don't know, I kind of didn't. And so, but I see the importance of it, especially if I'm gonna push this message of compassion and I want people to subscribe to me. So for the first time, I'm gonna ask you guys, are you ready? It's my first time. comment down below, rate, thumbs up or thumbs down if you hate it, and subscribe here or here or here or here or here. Okay, I'm so stupid. Okay, bye bye, guys.